What did you think of Ultimate Ninja? You said you'd watched that before.
Yeah.
Have you got it on DVD? We can watch it this evening.
It's been many years. I was with my friend Phil.
Well, why don't we give him a call? Where is he?
He was a great pilot and a good friend. He's in Australia.
Oh.
Might have his number, actually.
Yeah?
Yes, I think I remember it. Do you know, it would be great if we could get him over and watch that movie.
Yeah, give him a call.
Okay, here we go.
G'day, Cobber.
Is this Phil?
Tom?
Yes, it's Tom. I need you to come here right away. We have a situation in England.
Ultimate Ninja?
That's right. Get back from the colonies as soon as you are able.
Well, I'll make my way over post-haste.
Okay, see you here. He says he'll do it.
Hello, I'm Chris.
And I'm Tom. And I'm Phil.
And you're watching that review show. Tom?
Yes.
What are we talking about today?
Well, we've watched 2 movies. This is going to be a 2-parter because, 2 movies. But first...
Sorry, I just inhaled ginger beer.
Oh, no, keep me going. Show must go on. We're going to be talking about The Ultimate Ninja.
The Ultimate Ninja is a fight for ninja supremacy. Okay, oh god. Okay. A 20-year-old feud between a 20-year-old feud between Ronald,
It's going to take us a while.
Wonderful.
a benevolent village leader, and Roger, an evil tyrant, leaves Ronald dead and Roger running the village with an evil bunch of ruffians.
Ooh.
Ronald's 3 children have been split up. Sorry, Ronald's the dead one. Okay, Ronald's 3 children have been split up and are now young adults.
Is this King Lear?
Jimmy, the eldest, has been in training for 20 years to extract revenge upon his father's killer and retain control of the village. But
He lost control of it.
yeah, well, he never had control of the village.
Oh, so
No,
to
of
gain
course.
control. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, even regain would be. Anyway, meanwhile, Victor, an evil ninja leader, Victor, has stolen the black ninja warrior from Charles.
Oh, read that. Victor, an evil ninja leader, Victor.
Yeah.
It says his name twice.
Yeah, meanwhile, Victor, an evil ninja leader, Victor, has stolen the black ninja warrior from Charles, the new leader of the red ninjas. Charles sets out to recapture the black ninja warrior and prevent Victor from stealing the gold ninja warrior. Oh my god.
This sounds like 2 different films.
Jimmy heads for the village to get Roger as Charles begins his quest to find and destroy Victor. Jimmy has doubts, don't we all? Will he take back the village? It's impossible. Will he be reunited with his brother and sister? And will he deal with Roger? But
Can he be bothered?
but Charles is confident. But Charles is confident that his good ninja powers will defeat the evil power. But that's got nothing to do with Roger. That's about Victor.
Victor.
We should keep this on hand. This might help us follow the movie.
Victor, the evil ninja Victor.
So Roger's the evil tyrant, but
Yes.
Victor's the evil ninja.
Victor.
And Charles is...
One of the kids?
No, that because that's Jimmy and then brother and...
I think it's giving us too much
Yeah.
information. Yeah.
Right.
This
So,
is taking a while to get through.
but Charles is confident that his good ninja powers will defeat the evil power. I don't know why that... Okay, anyway. The final battle is between good and evil, right and wrong, ninja clans and justice. So, Phil, what is the plot?
Bear with me while I try and get this straight in my head. But there are a pair of ninjas, a master and an apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hanging out in the woods with their golden ninja statue and their black ninja statue.
Yes.
When some baddie ninjas come out of the foliage, throw some ninja stars, kill the master, and steal the black ninja statue.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is injured while he runs off. Smash cut to a village somewhere. There are baddies attack the village. They're very baddies and just kind of hurt everyone, and it's bad. The son of the village leader is rescued by his uncle, and it's like, I'm going to take you all far away from here. And off they go. They run away, and the village falls into the hands of the baddie, the Roger. In the village, they're training. There's a kung fu trainer who trains all the bad fighters. Yeah, this is going to take me a while.
This is not a synopsis. This is a blow by blow.
This is a description of everything that happened in the film.
It's quite hard to get this all together. All right, let's speed this up.
Be succinct.
So the plot then follows the struggle to.
No, he's right. It is hard.
Regain the village from Roger by Jimmy.
Which one's Roger?
And his long lost sister.
Yeah, and brother.
But who doesn't know is a brother. Meanwhile, at the same time, the apprentice Charles is trying to get back the black ninja statue, because if you have the black ninja statue and the golden ninja statue, you get the ultimate ninja power.
Mm-hmm. What is the ultimate ninja power, Phil?
Yes. Undefined. But we know it's ultimate.
Yeah, because they can already teleport. It's not teleporting.
No.
What is it?
It's not being able to reverse time and backflip.
Because they can do that already.
Onto gazebos.
It's the ability to use inappropriate ninja weapons, like blow darts.
But
they do that
crossbows.
already. They do that already.
What is the ultimate ninja technique he uses that the other guy doesn't have? Because they both do that.
Well, he just sort of hangs out with the golden statue and knows when people are going to sneak up on him.
He goes...
And the statue goes back together. Unlike Ninja Terminator, where it makes you invincible, it's not in any way described what the ninja power is.
Yeah, it's just the ultimate one.
Isn't it interesting, though, that statue is the same statue as we've seen in Ninja Terminator that made people invincible if they prayed to the right part of it?
No.
It's the same statue.
Yeah.
It is.
That's not interesting, though.
No,
No, what's really interesting is the other statue, which is hilarious!
Yeah, the little...
crappy plastic statuette.
with ninja.
It might be porcelain.
It might be porcelain.
It's clearly hand painted really badly.
And with ninja across the forehead,
Someone's
so you
practicing
know
for
it's
their
definitely
Warhammer.
ninja. And yeah, it's about the struggle to regain this black ninja before badness happens.
If this is confusing to anyone, it's probably because the film is two films, as with Ninja Terminator.
So essentially, the plot of The Ultimate Ninja is that the ninja statue gets nicked off Charles and he wants to get it back off Victor. Mm-hmm. That's the plot of Ultimate Ninja. But then the other film
is a Filipino plot about a village that's terrorised by some bad people.
And that's horribly confusing because there's so many characters introduced.
Yes.
And then they've interwoven them. Well, no, they haven't really, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, so in terms of interweaving them, the bad ninja who's stolen the statue comes to the village and is like, I need somewhere to stay. I'm injured. Which is shown
I need somewhere to stay. I'm injured.
And we know he's injured through two reasons. One, he grimaces every 2 lines, and he's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Don't worry, my friend. He's a nobody. He got me when my back was turned. Anyway.
And then the 2 plots never touch each other ever again.
No.
And that's not an exaggeration. Never, ever again.
So I guess the second plot is rescue the village from the baddies who've taken it over and avenge your father who was killed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's vaguely interesting. But
The horse was interesting.
Hey, where do you come from? What do you want?
Let's talk about the characters and not the horse.
Okay, so you've got Jimmy is the son of Ronald, who was the village leader, the benevolent village leader who was killed.
yes, who goes on a training
Montage with his uncle.
Yeah.
That lasts about 6 minutes.
He comes back to kill Roger and to find his brother and sister who got left behind when he was rescued.
Yes.
So he's your protagonist in that plot, but also coming to the village to help the villagers, or just to be there?
Just because we need to introduce some more characters at the one cafe. You've got sort of like restaurant cafe.
You've got Old Stranger shows up to fight the ruffians, and then you've got Bald Guy shows up.
I like Bald Guy.
Also to fight the ruffians.
With his musical head.
Do you like bald men?
But fighting the ruffians most often is Sarah, the long lost sister.
Yeah, the daughter of the guy who's training the ruffians in the arts of kung fu.
But he doesn't want to train the ruffians.
Well, she can't be the long lost sister then.
He
His
needs money.
father would have died.
No, because Eagle, who trains the ruffians, he's her adoptive father.
Which we learn at the very end.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So Uncle is the adoptive father of the protagonist. He gets essentially adopted by his uncle, and she gets adopted by an adoptive father. Fine.
Yeah.
And they're separated. Good.
And then John just is still in the village.
John would be the third of the siblings.
Yeah, don't know who his adoptive parents were, why he doesn't know.
He's clumsy, which we see because he spills a bit of salad.
Yeah.
John, what was his name? John, yeah?
John
was very confusing because there's a scene where John is bullied by the ruffians who run the village, and he attempts to fight them with a stick.
Very ineffectual ruffians.
He attempts to fight them with a stick, and he can't do it. Literally, the next scene is someone who looks almost identical to him, because they're meant to be brothers, training with a stick. And I'm like, oh, I see. So he's training up so he can beat the bullies. Or he was faking all along and he's actually really badass.
The first third of this film was us going, who's that?
Yeah, is that
John?
Is that John or Jimmy?
Is that Jimmy? Yeah. And for some
Are
reason...
they the same guy?
He loves the same syllables. So it's got Ronald and Roger.
Who's he? Godfrey Ho loves Rogers and Reginald's. And
Rogers, Reginald's, Ronnie's.
Because there's a Ronald in Ninja Dragon as well, I think.
Yes.
His death is the catalyst in the plot for Ninja Dragon.
Yes.
Let's not talk about that. I'm confused enough.
Yeah.
So.
But we haven't covered all the characters yet. So you've got...
Oh my god, there are more?
The baddie leader of the village is called
Roger.
And his wife is also kind of in there.
Oh, this is poor Roger's wife. Yeah. Please don't murder my husband.
Guys have come.
Yeah. Then there's woman who fancies bald guy.
Do you like bald men?
And then there's possibly... then there's woman who nearly gets raped. Why do I hate being right all the time?
Yeah.
Chris, you were right, man.
I don't know which one of them's going to get raped at this point. It could go either way.
Oh, it's the travelling man. He's going to stop it happening. Good.
Not before it goes dung 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 dung.
No, it's the other travelling man.
Brilliant.
Yeah, who has no other role.
I don't think she's...
other than to get older stranger guy to beat up a guy so that he's established as being a fighter.
But
yeah, that's her only role.
Yeah, she's there to be the stakes in a fight.
But Stranger's already beaten up like two groups of people and had a go.
And
it's
told
a bit
everyone
repetitive in
yeah.
that front, really, isn't it? Like lots of people sort of turn up and fight a lot.
Yes. Well, that was a recurring theme that we noticed in this film, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it was always the same structure.
The theme is a little generous, but yeah.
Recurring structure of a scene, and I think you pointed that out first, and afterwards we were kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, that's sort of something that we vaguely noticed. No, it literally was the case, and we were cracking up seeing it again. People turn up and go, we're going to get you, get beaten up, these are the ruffians, and then go, whoa, we'll be back later to get you.
If you want to avoid any trouble, you get out fast, buddy. What sort of trouble do you mean? I'll show you. If you're gonna stick around here, we're gonna kick your ass and blow you out of town. Look, it's Mr. Shit Hot Fighter, huh? Okay, so you beat me again. We'll see you again. Come on. Now, why are you always beating the shit out of my men?
God, it was just repetitive. It was hellish.
Sometimes we cut the beginning part out and we just go straight to the fighting.
Oh, yeah, that happened more than once.
How much of this film is fighting?
About 50%, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not terrible.
No, but the problem with this
it's a bit
film...
terrible.
Well, I said the problem with this film...
The elbow drops and the knee drops, they're always dropping onto people.
Yeah, the finishing blows are not very
Sorry, continue.
The fighting is well choreographed, but in a film where you don't know who anyone is, it's very difficult to care about the outcome of a fight. We got to a point where, and I think this again was the same in Ninja Dragon, we got to the point where, okay, so the baddies are the ones in white shirts, and the goodies are everyone else.
Yeah.
It was like, you just had to kind of pick a side and root for them.
It's like watching a football match where you've never heard of any of the
Yeah,
players.
exactly. You kind of had to hope that you were picking the right team.
To know what team this is, yeah.
I guess there was one scene that had, like, a little bit of understandable stakes. So, Eagle, the trainer...
Pray do tell.
Well, Eagle, the trainer of the Kung Fu people, he decides that he doesn't want to do it anymore, and so he's sort of banished. He decides to leave. So they send Steve, who we didn't mention our character roundup, who's like the head ruffian, after him, and they stand on they stand on a hill, and they go,
Right. Wait for my signal. Right. All right, you bastard. Come on.
It's from this film.
I thought he just said, wait for my signal.
and then he's killed by a awesome finishing move. Got him!
Cartwheel!
Why did you kill him?
Actually, I completely disagree. The fight that has stakes is the final fight.
What, where every single character turns up?
I was rooting for the bad guy.
Yeah, but we're all going, please don't kill Roger.
Please don't kill the big bad guy. He's obviously not.
And why didn't we want to? Why do we suddenly? Because he's bad the whole time.
Right, we've got this guy on a big revenge quest, and he gets to the village, and the bad guy goes,
Look, I don't want to fight. Why don't you just take over?
Okay, so bad guy murdered the father 20 years ago, and for the last 20 years has been extorting the villagers, is the sense that you get.
Yeah.
But it's not even that Jimmy shows up.
No one pays their rent.
Yeah, no one pays their rent. Before Jimmy's even arrived, Roger says, I think someone might be after me, and his wife says, well, why don't we just go away somewhere quiet? We've got enough money now. And he's like, yeah, do you know what? I think I will. and then Jimmy shows up and is like,
Too late, I'm angry, and I'm gonna kill you.
I was 2 days from retirement.
and we're all like, oh, please don't kill Roger.
Please don't kill him.
And then they do.
And then everyone joins in.
Extras. Oh, he's got it!
Why are they getting involved? What's going on? Clumsy John, who was trained up by Bald Guy randomly at some point, but
Off screen.
completely disappeared, comes back and was fighting Jimmy. So we were all going, oh, that must be Steve. And then they went, oh, he's your brother. So we were going, oh, Steve's his brother. But then we were like, no, that must be John because Steve's over there.
Yes.
Steve.
Oh, that's Steve? I've just worked that out.
Is that John?
No, that's Steve.
He is John!
Yeah,
No.
that's why they look the same.
No, he's Steve.
Oh, no, wait.
I thought that was the bumbling man who followed.
No, he's
What happened to
disappeared.
him?
I don't know where he's gone. Wait, hang on. But is that not Steve as well?
Yeah, I think that is actually Steve, head henchman.
And the other guy was John.
John, who for some reason
Could fight in the last scene.
can now fight, but wanted to kill
Jimmy.
Jimmy for no
And
reason.
not help Turtleneck.
And
who
not
helped him
help
earlier.
Turtle- yes.
Yeah, like, why
But
is
that's
this
why I
film?
think that's not John, because...
Yeah, because Turtleneck helped John.
Yeah.
See,
Yes,
I
thank
disagree
God,
with
it's
you. I am
finally over.
certain that this guy who came at the end
Is John.
is John the bumbly man,
who
was
somehow
bad
can
at Kung
now fight,
Fu,
and is fighting against
came,
Roger.
and then came back and fought
Okay.
the wrong dude
We'll
at
have
the
to check
end.
out their outfits. Yeah, that's John. That is him.
It is John, okay.
So why did he
That's
try
why
and
they look the
kill
same, because
Jimmy?
they're actually brothers.
And then that plot ended with Roger dead on the floor and his widow weeping over his corpse. And everyone else
So
just sort of
satisfying.
stood around
What's the
watching.
audience going? And not quite knowing
I think
who
it's
we like.
it's
Yeah.
a very human tragedy.
Well, yeah, it reflects the chaos and confusion of real life.
Yes.
It's a realistic
Where there are
tragedy.
no goodies and baddies.
And then just at our lowest point, when we thought it couldn't get any worse, it cuts back to Charles and Victor
The white ninjas having a big fight. Yeah.
fighting over the plastic ninja doll.
So they find a gazebo to fight at. With no tension whatsoever.
No.
They throw each other's swords at each other and catch them in each other's scabbards.
Yeah, and then the killing blows, he throws a sword on a chain and it gets him.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
He did the Sub-Zero Scorpion.
Oh, yeah.
Get over here. No, yeah, we quite liked when he did that.
I liked that bit, but that whole plot was just an aside.
Yeah, it just slides in to further confuse you.
Yeah. It's not even like Godfrey Ho couldn't be bothered to film fight scenes and so nabbed like big set pieces from other films to drop into his films. He has literally just filmed, again, like with Ninja Terminator, 20 minutes of white people messing about, and they're literally just running around in the woods and the quarry while this whole village situation is going on.
That's nominally at the same place.
Yeah, because Victor was there to recover.
And I asked you, because I hadn't seen Ninja Terminator, at one point I was like, how much of Ninja Terminator is like Godfrey Ho's work?
Well, interestingly, Ninja Terminator, you do get a sense that they're kind of, both plots are equally important. They have sort of a sense of impact. In this one, it was very much the main plot, which is Victor and
someone
Charles,
else's film.
is the side plot.
Yeah.
The thing that our finale fight is between these guys, and it felt like a side plot the whole way, because we had 5 minutes of it here and there, you know.
Yeah, the ninjas in this don't drive any of the action in the Asian film, whereas in Ninja Terminator, Harry phones Jaguar Wong and says, I need you to look after Mishido for me, whatever her name is. And so
pathetic, but at least it's
what
something.
Jaguar Wong is doing is informed by Harry.
Yes.
Whereas in this, it's literally just the white ninjas are off doing their own thing in the woods, and as you say, they happen to be near the village because Victor knew Roger, supposedly, and they had that one scene.
It's possibly the laziest way of making a film ever.
It was so confusing by the end, I started hallucinating pythons. Did you not find he looked just like Terry Gilliam?
I think Tom had lost his mind.
Yeah, and then we had to watch another film.
Well, we gave ourselves an hour or so.
It was so bad.
Because the experience of watching this film was so uplifting and heartening. We were like, we have to do it.
Well, do you know what? I actually, if we're going to say this, I really enjoyed it.
Well, can we then talk about redeeming features? Because I think each of us had a few. And I mean, there were the obvious Godfrey Ho trend that we noticed in Ninja Terminator of people being framed out of shot on either side, particularly during
that happens in this.
fight scenes. The fight scene with no tension, half of the reason there was no tension was because often there was just no one on the screen.
When we were trying to work out who were the brothers, it's because one of them wasn't even on the screen. He was meant to be, but
So you've got that. You've got obviously wonderful voice acting. One of my redeeming features obviously was the horse. The conversation that they had with the horse when it rode into town.
I don't come from anywhere, young friend.
Also the fact that the horse was tiny.
It was smaller than the guy riding it.
Is he riding a donkey?
It's just a very small horse.
Very, very small horse.
I think it's a mule, it might be.
The hero's horse was tiny, and the uncle's horse was just a bastard.
He just bully the poor uncle.
Yeah,
He's trying to do a sober moment.
There was one point where he actually sort of went off horse. It's like staring off into the distance as Jimmy rode away, and the horse is like off.
And just the horse
They won't take 2 takes. No.
pretending it's a merry-go-round.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like that chicken.
The chicken. I missed
the
the
chicken came out of nowhere. It was there for half a second and it went, but God, did it steal the show for me. Best character in film, 10 out of 10.
Well, you say that, but also in that little
For acting.
that little restaurant was the old man.
Oh, he was amazing as well. We decided he didn't know he was in the movie.
Shut up.
Shut up, old man.
Why didn't he tell me he was going away? In my whole life, he's never done that. He always tells me where he's going. I'm going to find him, you bastard.
Don't worry. I'll look after you.
That's the last thing I need. See you, big boy.
Hey.
One soup today.
For me, it was like enough. It was kind of tiring in a way and confusing.
Yes.
There was enough small amusements like the axe that was made out of plastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the biggest moment of tension of the film is when he doesn't throw that axe.
Is this the guy who's teaching martial
I can't wait till he
arts?
throws that axe.
Or is this a different person?
He's actually going to, isn't he? Yes! Yes!
He is going to throw it.
Do it!
Oh, God. The sword, his father's sword.
This sword was your father's.
It's not a sword.
This pipe was your father's.
That turned out to have 2 swords in it.
With which he violently stabbed a retired old man to death.
As you do.
And I think that's it. Like, this film was enjoyable because it was this sort of delirious excitement all the way through, and all the weird stuff we were seeing.
I think about 2 minutes in, there was a point where all 3 of us were going.
George, go on.
And crash zooms.
Oh yes. So I'm pretty sure that this is where I first started just saying crash zoom. Every time I noticed a crash zoom. Definitely in Ninja Dragon there were a lot of crash zooms.
Oh my god, are there a lot?
Yeah.
Are there a lot?
Yeah, so one thing that Godfrey Ho seems to have done, which I can give him credit for, not because it's a good thing,
Right, okay.
but he uses, in the Asian films that he uses, there are a lot of crash zooms.
He didn't make that though.
No, but also in the scenes with Harry or Gordon or whoever, Charles,
The white ninjas.
there are a lot of crash zooms. And so this leads me to the conclusion that either crash zooms were sort of, stylistic, a fashionable stylistic at the time, and Godfrey Ho was aware of that and so put them into his films.
Okay.
Or Godfrey Ho sort of realised that there were a lot of crash zooms in the footage that he was nicking and therefore decided to put it into his footage so that it would tie in with the Asian footage.
Or it's a Tarantino-esque homage.
Either way, he consciously made a decision to match an aesthetic, and I give him praise for that.
What's your score? What's your score?
Oh.
What's your score?
What's your score?
What's my score?
What's your score?
What's my
What's your
score?
score?
I'll go first. I think for me, it was entertainingly confusing. The problem with this film is I don't feel I can rate either of the films really, because one of them wasn't Godfrey Ho's and the other film was barely a film. So I'm rating this film on
Rate experience.
Yeah, experience. So I think this one for me, it's a little bit Wild Wild West. It's sort of 5 out of 10. It's just kind of like. Whereas I rewatched Ninja Terminator the day after we watched these two.
Yes.
With another of my friends. And I stand by my 9 out of 10 for Ninja Terminator.
Yeah.
Because, again, I was crying with laughter at points in that.
Right, yeah.
Because some of it is so funny. This was just sort of amusing enough.
There were moments that lifted it out of the kind of malaise of frustration
And bewilderment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tom?
Well, I'm just trying to think, what did I give Ninja Terminator? 3 out of 10? Something
like
quite low.
that.
Well, I'd give this one a 4. Ninja Terminator was, as you rightly say, really funny because it's sort of dumb and inept. This one was even more dumb and even more inept, though, which it had this sense of.
So hence you give it a higher rating.
Well, yeah, it had this strange sense of like wild, random hysteria. It was attempting to do things, and then just suddenly a guy in a pink turtleneck turns up. like what? It had much more WTF factor. It felt like it had no
Maybe
idea.
than the robot?
Well, yeah, I know, but that was Godfrey Ho. This is the original filmmaker. The film he's ripped off, and I will say ripped off. The film he's ripped off, like, it's so weird. Great, loved it. The tension moment with the old man of 2 days from retirement being horribly murdered by the hero. You don't get films like that. So yeah, 4 out of 10.
Okay, Phil?
In there.
So I have a place in my heart for terrible movies,
Oh,
and
this
just
is
the
a
experience,
terrible movie.
the experience of watching terrible movies with friends, and this kind of hits that mark for me. So I'd probably give it a 7. I don't know if that would be modified by watching Ninja Terminator, because I feel like that's even more up my alley. Maybe that's a bit generous. 6.
6
Because there are better shit movies, and the bits that made me angry made me very angry.
Yeah, okay.
But the bits that amused me really amused me. Like the leaping over ever higher bamboo poles.
Oh, just cut music.
Yep, done.
Brilliant.
Well done. So now you've finished your martial arts training, this is where we say goodbye.
That is how you know that you're
Ready.
ready to kill a pensioner, is when you can jump a 15-foot high bamboo hurdle.
Yeah. And those moments make me able to get through the film and enjoy it. Yeah.
But yeah, was the bamboo somehow symbolic of the handing over of the old to the new? Because the old guy, he was like sawing his carefully.
So, Ninja Dragon.